What's good, YouTube? I'm back here. Today we're making a Southeast skate park tier list. We're going to be checking out all the parks from up here, all the way down here. Just everything in this Google Maps border. I got the tier list with S tier being like top tier, while F tier being like the worst of the worst. Everything else is just pretty self-explanatory. I'll be ranking the parks off size, the obstacles, the quality of the park. Like, is the park mint condition or is it crumbling? And also, finally, if the park is just fun to skate. Another thing, I have been to most of the parks on the list, but not all. The parks that I've not been to, I'll just be reviewing off the photos. But yeah, I am bad at maths, so maybe 80% of the parks I've been to on this list, but like, yeah. Okay, one last thing. This is a disclaimer, but do not get mad or triggered if you don't agree with some of my rankings. This is all my subjective opinion. I'm not speaking facts. And you might think some of the parks I put on S tier are like trash. And you might think some of the parks I put on F tier are pretty good. But I don't know. And this is just all my thoughts. So yeah. Anyway, with that all being said, let's get started with the video. So the first park we got on our list is St Kilda, since it's at the top of the southeast map. St Kilda is basically Melbourne's version of Bondi Skate Park, with it being a very transition-focused skate park next to the beach. The park is a very good transition park with a lot of flowy, fun bowls that I personally never skated that well because I suck at transition. They got some nice, chill, mellow quarter pipes with coping, which hits the perfect sweet spot of coping size. It's honestly the best coping I've ever skated. The only main problem with the park is that it barely has any street obstacles. The obstacles there, it's a 4-stair and a 3-stair and a weird curved ledge, which is kind of miserable to skate. I have seen some people skate the 3-stair as a curb, so you can do some chill tricks there. And also I've seen people use the ramps as drops, since the stairs can get boring because they're really small. Some other street-related obstacles is a slappy curb and a tall bike rack, which is sackable, just as a warning. Overall, even though Eric Costin said it's one of the top 10 best skate parks in the world, for me personally, I'll probably put it on B tier, mainly because it's just lacking in street obstacles. Alright, next we got Pran Skate Park. I already did a video on this, but the main things about the park was that it's a very fun street plaza skate park with a lot of obstacles that pay homage to the original park. The only problem with the park, it does get really busy due to its location and it being a brand new skate park. I wouldn't really say it's the most beginner-friendly skate park just because of that. The park is really good and I'll put it in S tier since it's so fun and well built. Next, we got Elson Wick. Elson Wick is an oldish 2000s kind of park. The street obstacles are still very fun, with the sizing of them being kind of weird, with them either being a little bit too small or too big. Over here on this section where the free flat free is, the down rail is so small for how steep it goes. It's really easy to hop on it, same as the hubba there. While on the other side where this down rail out rail thing is, it is so painfully tall. I honestly think that people don't even skate the down rail part. Most people just skate the out rail because at least you have the bank to help you get pop, or you skate the out rail to down rail, which is kind of hard, but it is possible. The other things there is just a regular square flat bar and this up and down manual pad with a curb box right next to it. This is probably my favorite obstacle here just because it's my favorite type of skating, just doing manuals. The bowl, I'm not going to say that much. The pictures speak for themselves. It's a very dated bowl. Some parts don't even have coping and the transition's kind of weird. This YouTube video even called it the world's worst bowl, and it's probably true. Yeah, people still skate this park, and for how dated it is, the street obstacles do still hold up and are pretty fun, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. We're gonna check out Melvin East now, also known as Phoenix Skate Park. It's a small skate park with ledges, banks, a small half bowl, some hubbas big and small. It has a fun box with a tall square rail that can be skated down or out. Probably both if you're that good. It is also very tall, just like Elson Wick, so my guess it's probably meant for BMXs. There's also a long ledge that goes down, and it's basically the size of the square rail. I will say, this park is kind of old, but a decent local park. I don't really come here though, on purpose, just because there's better parks out there. To get here is a train from East Melbourne Station, to East Melbourne Station, and a 10-minute skate to the park. Not that many people skate it, so bring some wax, because the ledges are going to be sticky. I'll probably rate this park in a D tier because it's it's kind of mid, but it's alright. Alright, speaking of a better skate park, we got East Bentley Skate Park. Most people just say the short version of EB. Yeah, I've been skating EB since I started skating. I've had a good time skating it. EB looks like one of those yellow skate parks in America, but just imagine every obstacle is 2 times smaller, which makes EB a pretty good short park. It's a good park to go to. after like maybe work or like school or something and you just want a chill skate session. The park also has lights, which makes it even better for that. The street section has a Euro gap, stairs, like a 4-stair, down rails, manual pads. They're all pretty small and light. The only things I kind of tall is the flat bar and the hovers. The transition section is where you'll find most of the scooter kids here. It has a nice double bowl with extensions and also has a wear spine transfer. The hip is a bit steep. I suck at skating hips, so maybe I'm just like, bad at it, but like, the hip is kind of like more advanced. I do remember back in like 2021, I remember this park was like pretty popular for like all the TikTok trendy skaters, but now it's not like as busy like with skaters, but it still is. People still come here because it's a good park. Honestly, it's a really solid park, good flow. I put this on A tier. The only thing stopping me from S tier, it's not the biggest park and it does feel compact sometimes, but it's just because they managed to fit so much in like a medium-sized skate park. Next we got Clayton South skate park, and yes, the photos are not lying, the skate park looks mid. Granted, the bowl is like decent, the transition and coping is like pretty good compared to like some other parks this old. It also has a vert wall extension that's neat, but it's really slippery. As it says here, repetitive graffiti removal and cleaning will permanently damage the ground, and it'll be bad for skaters. And I think that was probably true. There's a lot of graffiti here, and like you can see they did probably try to remove the graffiti, but the problem was, the ground is extremely slippery, like the ramps and stuff. Like it's so easy to power slide. But look, it's a bit too slippery now. Like I'm barely like sliding my foot, and I'm just power sliding. Like this is not the best like ground now, but it is what it is. It is kind of slippery, maybe. I've tried to not slip and slide on this ramp. I like this park, then just like get some soft wheels, because the ground is pretty slippery now. One last thing, there is a nice car village there, so that's a nice point. Honestly, the only reason why I think someone would go here is maybe if you're stuck in Clayton and wanted to skate transition, since the other park in Clayton is a street plaza, there's not any transition there. Anyway, I'll put this park in D tier just because there's way better skate parks for transition, and the skate park just kind of mid. Like, honestly, if you want to skate transition, a better park to go to is just maybe like Noble Park, or just take a bus East Bentley. I don't know, but like this park is just kind of like, you get bored of skating the bowl. We'll talk about Clayton Skate Plaza now. The skate park is right next to and underneath the station, which makes it very convenient to get to, but also the outer point of hearing the nice peaceful roars of trains passing on top of you. It's a street plaza skate park that also mixes with a basketball court. That's pretty cool until you get hit in the head when skating this ledge when someone airballs a shot. The ledge also gets used as a dedicated backspace by the bowlers here, which I don't blame, because this ledge is very convenient and like just to put stuff in, and people sit on it, and most people don't even know that this is actually a ledge for the skate park. Overall, for how small the park is, the obstacles are still fun to skate, only adding that some of the ledges have inbuilt cracks, like meant to be skate stoppers at a skate park. I don't know who was the smooth brain that added this on the design for a skate park, but it is what it is. It's only on some ledges. I rate this park a C tier, because while it is small, it does feel that street skating itch inside of me, and also my mate Kevin swears it's the best park in Melbourne. Okay, next on the line is Glen Waverley Skate Park. You'd say it's more of an eastern suburb skate park, but I'll still go southeast suburbs because it's on the Google Maps border. Alright, there's not much to say about this park. You can see it's pretty old. It just looks very outdated. While the park is very spacious and the obstacles are like alright, like this curved rail, it's pretty fun. The main issue is that the park flow is just non-existent. Also, the park is just very outdated and like just grey and drab. This park does have some good obstacles, like for beginner skaters, like the small ledge and the small quarter pipes with like the small, like really like no coping at all. But this park is on D tier. It's just like I don't know why would you go to this park. It just looks very outdated. Maybe if you're local it's alright, but like it's just like not that nice. Okay, next we're checking out my old local Hyatt. Some people call it Peterson. Yeah, Hyatt is a skate park I started skating off with. I have a lot of good memories of it. I already made a review, but yeah, it's an old chill skate park. Yeah, it's good for learning how to skate, and also a good just chill skate session. The main problem is that the ground is just more crusty than the Krusty Krabs. The trees overhead just drop debris all over the place, making the street skate section unskateable. Even though this was a skate park, I learned how to skate, and also the obstacles are still fun. The blame problems like the crusty ground, the overhead trees, just makes me have to put this in D tier. Also because this park is old and no one skates it anymore. Okay, Sandy Skateball, what can I say? First off, how does this park on skater maps have more stars than Elson Wick? Elson Wick got a full street section and 2 bowls, while this park only got 1 bowl and no street section. Enough of that. This park basically has almost the same bowl as Elson Wick. At least the transition isn't as wonky though, so that's the only good thing. But the problem is that the concrete is not painted over like Elson Wick, so it is a bit more crustier. The only thing going for this park is a little fun square flat bar. That's at least fun for learning tricks, but other than that, this park has really nothing, and this park has to go in F tier. Next we have Cheltenham Skatepark. This is another park I also learned how to skate at. This park is a really good spot to learn transition with your little tiny part of the bowl. And also the bowl is a pretty unique one with king stat challenge when skating it. Yeah, the bowl's excellent. The only issue is when you skate here, it's just broken smash bottles inside of it. I don't know who just be throwing this, but it's just kind of annoying. It comes every once in a while. Yeah, the other parts is this big ramp section with quarter pipes, extensions, some banks, and whatever this thing is. I honestly think that this section is more for BMXs with all the tall banks and stuff. Alright, some other things is this ledge that no one skates and everyone uses as a sitting and bag area, and this slappy curb, which has changed over time. As the old red one, I remember just disappeared and vanished, and got replaced with this small grey curb, which is kind of better for slappy grinds, but it's just a bit too low for a board slide. The ground on this section is also pretty crusty, just as a warning. Also, there's the hubbers that are somehow long and tall when you look at them, but they're actually pretty mellow. When I did it, it was super easy to just hop on it. Same with the other hubber, but I didn't do that one. Yeah, another thing is this fat 8 stair with a down rail. The problem with this 8 stair is the run up is just terrible. You have to drop in from the bowl and skate up this roll-in part and then have enough speed to jump down the stairs. Same with the down rail, it's no better. It's not tall and looks easy to do, but there's no surface on your right side when you fall. So basically you just have to fall on your left or fall down 8 stairs. On old videos of the park, there was a fat sackable down rail in the middle, which would have been even more cooked to skate. I think they probably took it down for safety reasons, because an 8 stair sackable down rail, which is pretty insane. At that point, if you're hitting that, you could probably just hit a street spot and you can put it on for a part. Yeah, anyway, so overall with this park, some parts of it are also questionable, but it's still pretty valid. I'll put it on C tier because the bowl is decent. Next we have the little gem of Beaumaris. This park proves you can still make a good skate park with tiny land. This park is so small, it could probably fit in some of you guys' backyards, to be for real. It has quarter pipes, some mellow banks, a hip. The hip is kind of weird, but I guess you call it a hip. A hubber, a small mellow box, and a round flat bar. Well, it's not that much. The park obstacles do flow decently, and the ground is perfect smooth and not slippery at all, which is pretty good. There's also some fake grass on the side if you want to do some flat ground tricks on it. Yeah, I'll say this park is the ultimate chill park for an afternoon session, and I'll put it in B tier. Alright, we're going up to Mulgrave now. You can see I have this nice little transition park. It's basically an open bowl sort of park with a box and a mani pad in the middle and some stairs on the side. It's a newish skate park in a newish suburb. You can see all the cookie cutter houses in the background. There's not much to say really. The ground is smooth and slightly slippery, and the transition is perfect with good coping. There's also some ledges on the side if you want to skate some more street stuff. One nitpick is at the bottom of the stairs on the 4th and the 8th stair. For some reason, it doesn't have smooth ground that the skate park has. Maybe this is because the stairs are made to be skated, aren't meant to be skated, but it's just kind of a missed opportunity. The stairs basically have all the run up in the world. I don't know why they couldn't add, make these stairs a part of the park. It's not fully unskateable, and you can still roll over it on like your board, but it does kind of increase the danger because like the ground is a bit scrapey and your skin can just like, you know, get scraped. Yeah, I'll put this park in B tier because like it does have a fun design and it would be a good local, especially if you live in one of these houses. Like, you know, it would be really nice. The most mellow chill thing here at this park gotta be the hip. It's like the smallest hip in Melbourne basically. It's not a bad thing though, because it's like really good for learning tricks, and you could probably use it as like a stepping stone for like, you know, learning tricks like on the hip, like from Mulgrave, and then you can try it out at like the Noble Park hips. Yeah, speaking of Noble Park, that's next on the list. Yeah, Noble Park is a very iconic park. It has everything you need at a skate park. It has 3 lanes of street sections with ledges, stairs, rails. They're designed like a little street league course. Honestly, I wonder why they don't run that many competitions here. It's like the ultimate park for it. There's also a hip section, we can't forget that. There's also a fat, long snake run, which is honestly one of the best snake runs in Melbourne. And there's also one more thing, the big bowl. Big is kind of an understatement on how big this bowl can get. It's like 12 feet deep. It's pretty insane, people like dropping in on it and skating it. Also, here's a clip of me like slipping out and dying on this bowl. Part 2, I'm not gonna fucking do a curved carve anymore. Let's just wait for it to do a kick there, you know. Right here. Alright.
Yes.
I'm alive.
Yes, sir.
The park is also next to an elevated rail station. You can hear all the trains go by. There's not really many negatives about this park. The only bad thing that happened recently was that there was this maintenance thing that they did. I'm guessing they did it because there were like cracks on the ground before and they had to like, you know, fix it, but they added this material over it. The problem with this material, it's like really slippery, like, and it kind of sucks to like dry when wet. Same as the new Pran skate park. It's a minor setback and most people won't notice it anyway, hopefully. Anyway, besides from that, this skate park is goated and I'll put it in S tier. Okay, now we're going to Dingley Skate Park. To be honest, I've not been here. I did not plan on going here either. It might not be fair because I've never been here, but like, just look at these photos and just look at the obstacles. Like, come on. It's basically a prefab metal park, which are notoriously known for being low quality. I know other parks in Melbourne have prefab, but at least like they're not fully metal. There's like a material over the metal, which makes it like not like just metal. I don't really like metal personally, just because they're loud and slippery, and yeah. Some other things, just this park is just really weirdly designed. Like, it has the ramps not even facing each other. That's a funny thing. One is normal size and one is like really tall. I would not want to skate this with my life. The fun box does look kind of fun though. It has like an out rail, a mani pad, like hubbers that go down both ways, and there's a weird four stair. This four stair looks kind of weird. I don't think it's actually meant to be skated as a stair. It's just a ledge. Like, it's kind of impossible to skate this as a four stair. One thing that's like kind of weird about this like out rail is that it's kind of curved at the end. I'm not sure if that will like affect anything, but it just looks kind of weird. I feel like if you went too slow, the board would just fall down primo, like off this out rail. The only thing at this park that looks kind of normal is just the mani pad and the hovers. Those look alright to skate and aren't like, you know, too weird. This park is also kind of in a dead location. It's next to Restall Road and surrounded by a fat car park. It just shows like how dead this location is. I put this park in F tier. It just looks kind of, like, I don't know, it just looks kind of sad. Morty Alec, the home of OCD Skate Shop and home of this thing. Okay, some of the obstacles are alright, like this ledge and the Euro Gap, if you call it that. The most unique thing here is this up rail, which is basically a copy and paste of Seaford's rail, but slightly taller. Other than that, this park has a really weird design. Like, this park was built in some skate-free park creator. Like, some of the ledges are just way too tall for some reason. Like, they designed this park for like Tyshawn Jones or something, like with his pop. My guess is this was meant to be skated by like just skating the gaps on like these ledges, which I guess is pretty unique, but yeah. The normal ledges are good, but they're still painted over, probably because of the graffiti tagging and the ledges just end up slippery. Here's a clip where I ollied onto the ledge and slipped down and died. Okay, the transition here is just kind of like terrible. There's not really anything to say about it. It's just really steep. The bank and hip is just better skated as a drop than actually like skating it, because it's so fucking steep. Maybe if you're like a demon at like hip skating, then like you could probably hit skate this hip, but it's just kind of hard. The quarter pipe is also pretty steep too. The only thing saving this park from F tier is just because the Euro gap is kind of fun. But yeah, that's basically it. This park is, you know, not the best. Just go to Chelsea. Okay, Danong, what can I say? Danong Skatepark is low-key a good park, but it's extremely empty and devoid of life. I've literally never seen a skater here before. My guess is that maybe before Noble Park came out, this park had some life, but since Noble Park came out, this park was basically abandoned since Noble Park was newer, had better obstacles for skaters, and was right next to the station. I came here a couple of times, and the only people that were there were mainly just the local scooter kids, and that's it. This park is just very outdated in its design. It's not badly designed, just kind of dated. The area the park takes up is low-key kind of big, and it has most of the things you need at a park. The only thing about this park is just the dimensions. They're a bit big, probably just because this park was made for BMXs. Most of the ledges are taller than your usual ledges, and you can see a lot of big tall banks, which I meant just for BMX tricks probably. They do have some small obstacles, like over here, which is probably like made for beginner skaters, like this little course area. But one thing this park does have, which is kind of interesting, is a pump track. It's not really a skate pump track though, it's sadly a BMX pump track, but there are still possibilities for airs and grabs and stuff, if you can do that with ramps and no coping. Yeah, rating this park is probably good for BMXs, but for skaters it's kind of mid, so I put it in C tier. Doveton Skate Park. This is a park that's really ancient and no one knows about. The location is low-key kind of peaceful in the sticks. I can low-key meditate here. Back to the point though, the park is extremely basic. It has some banks, a fun box, and that's pretty much it. The harbor does look kind of fun and chill though. I went here once when I was learning how to skate and doing flyouts. I didn't know back then that flying out on this kind of ramp just kind of sucks. It has no coping, but I was trying it anyway. I got 1 second of airtime. Yeah, this launch ramp thing is definitely for BMX or scooters, but the park is so dead you probably don't even see them. I'm gonna put this park on F tier just because it's kind of like dead. There's not really much things to do here really, and it's in the middle of nowhere. Alright, Endeavour Hills. I've been here once. It's really big and it's transition heaven, just like St Kilda. But also like St Kilda, there's not really anything here for street skaters other than 2 hubbers and a Euro gap. For a big transition park, I low-key wish there was more hips, but there is this one, but it is kind of weird. Basically, the whole park consists of a big fat bowl with a mini section on the side, and also a big open bowl with bumps and extensions and stuff. One issue with this park is the tan bark garden in the middle. It's like having a pebble garden next to a skate park. The wind just blows tan bark next to the park, and it becomes a big safety hazard for anyone on 4 wheels. St. Albans has the same problem with their park too. Another thing about this park, the ground is kind of slippery. The last time I skated was 2 years ago. I might be wrong, it might have changed by now, but just let me know in the comments down below if I'm wrong. In general, this park might not be my type of skating, but I will still give it credit for being big, and I'll put it in B tier. Next, we're heading down to Chelsea. Chelsea is a very fun, flowy skate park, and it's a mixy sort of park with transition and street obstacles. It has everything you want at a skate park street-wise, but also has a lot of unique transition obstacles, like this weird-looking spine, and a lot of bumps and humps. I forgot to mention that this park got the best chill hips too. These hips are perfect for learning new tricks on them. The skate park was basically an upgrade from an OG like half pipe that was just like there, and it's still next to the park if you want to skate it. My only issue with the park isn't the park itself, it's local inhabitants of this park that are its biggest downfall. This skate park is scooter kid central. I respect scooter riders, at least the ones that are over 12, but the little kids here are a different level. You can't really do anything about it because Chelsea is the most suburban area you can think of, so there's bound to be lots of kids. You do get used to it after a while, but if you want to avoid the traffic, just avoid going here after school or on the weekends like the plague. Anyway, after that, I'll put this park in A tier because it is really solid. Just, avoid just the kids and you're fine. We're checking out Hampton Park now. To be honest, I haven't been there, but I'll just read off the photos. Yeah, the park looks alright. It has like quarter pipes, 2 big down rails. They go down a Euro gap. A ledge looks skatable. The flat bar there looks a bit too tall though, and the hubba looks tall, but it's alright. I noticed with this down rail, it ends a bit too early, like it ends on the bank. If you're going fast enough, you don't have to worry about this, but it'd be kind of weird though if you landed on the bank if you were skating this, like, you know, if you were going a bit too slow. With this park, it's not the biggest thing out there, and the obstacles are a bit weird, but I haven't been there, so maybe it's good. I'm not sure, but I'll put it in D tier just because I haven't been there. Okay, we're going to skip Narrow Rowan just because they built a new skate park there, so there's no point of me just reviewing the old park. Yeah. Alright, next we're going to Berwick Skate Park. I've been here a couple times. It's a small medium-sized park with an extremely good street section and a hip with a quarter pipe at the end. All the obstacles are just sized just right, and the down row here is my favorite thing there. I haven't been there for a while, but I do remember that this park does have like actually some skaters for how far it is from the city. Probably because it's one of the best designed parks in like city of KC for street skating, along with Beaconfield. You might not think that's true, but when we check out the other parks around city of KC, you're gonna believe me. Minor problems there are just a tan bark tree next to the park, and we already know why it's bad. And also, last time I did skate there, I do remember there were some cracks on the concrete. Yeah, anyway, overall, I rated A tier because it is a really solid park. Going next is Beaconfield. I was talking about it before, and I'll talk about it now. This park is a small, medium sort of park, and it's mainly street with a half bowl. It has basic stuff like down rails, a mellow four stair, a hubba, out ledges, also another ledge in the middle, and also some banks at the end. It has this funny, weird, like lemon hip, which adds a bit of character to this park, because you don't really see this at like any park really. There's also this mani pad curb thing, which is like kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it is kind of cool. The transition on this bowl is like extremely steep. I don't know why. I guess it's good for like maybe skating the quarter pipe as a drop, but I would not like try learning tricks on this. It's really steep. The only thing about this park that's kind of bad is just trying to get here without a car, because like there's not even a bus here, so you're just like skating from the train station, which isn't that bad. Like on theory, it's only 20 minutes on skating, but like the route is just terrible because you're either like walking through this forest or like just skating on this 80km/h main road with like cars just zooming past you, which kind of sucks. Anyway, besides that, this park is pretty nice and peaceful with it being next to the forest. There's not really many people that come here just because, like, you know, where it is. So if you want a nice chill skate session and like a forest, and come here, I guess. I'll rate it A tier. Next is Seaford. I did a POV skate of this before on my YouTube channel. It's a nice little skate park with decent obstacles. The down rail and the hubba are long, but like the height of them is actually kind of short, making it kind of chill. There's a four stair, a ledge, an up roll kind of thing, just like Morty, and a small curb box. Also a quarter pipe and banks at the end. Well, skater maps might put this in one star, saying that the park has no variety and flow. I'd still say the park is better than that. Okay, yeah, this park might be basic for sure, but it's hard to make a park flowy when it's like this small. And also I feel like for a small local park, it actually is pretty decent, because it has all the stuff you really need, like stairs, ledges, hubbas, rails. Like it has all that stuff you really need at a local park, so it's good for learning stuff. Like you could just learn a trick on a little curb and then take it up to the ledge, like that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll put it on B tier. Like I wouldn't come here if I wasn't local, but you know, it is solid like as a local park, so yeah. Okay, Carrum Downs. I went to this park once. It is kind of dead. It's in Carrum Downs, so of course it's not going to be that popular. The park is more of a transition park. It's an open bowl, flowy sort of park, and really fun if you're into that kind of skating. There's this double ledge thing here that's street related at least. Yeah, this park is alright. I put it in C tier because it's like a decent transition park for a local, like small one. And yeah, you can probably have some fun here if you're good at transition. For me, I'm not like a transition skater, so I won't really spend that much time here, but you know, it is good for like someone that does like that kind of skating. Yeah. Alright guys, you can see they kind of did upgrade the park. They mainly upgraded the basketball court, but they did actually upgrade the skate park. It wasn't a big one, but they just added this manual pad, rail, and ledge.
and got rid of the double ledge. So yeah, it isn't that much of an upgrade, so I'll still keep it in the same tier.
Alright, Pines. Deep in the heart of Frankston North, we got this spot. You can see in these pictures, it has definitely seen better days. I've been there too once, and the pictures are real. It is crumbling. I feel like a park is just forgotten about when they don't even repaint the ramp surfaces. Like most old parks, they usually do at least repaint it, but this park doesn't look like it has ever even like been maintained like since it came out. Some other stuff is that I think this is the only park in Melbourne that I know of that's built on asphalt. Yes, the stuff they use on roads, they use it for a surface on a skate park. Maybe they're lazy, maybe they can't be bothered like using concrete, or they just decided to put a skate park on top of an existing road or car park. I'm not sure, but asphalt is just a terrible material for a skate park. Like falling on it is just like terrible and just scrapes you compared to concrete. It doesn't help that this park isn't even maintained properly, so like the asphalt is probably rougher. The park is still skatable at least. Like I remember you can still like roll over the ground at least, so that's good. It's kind of sad because this park has a lot of potential, and the obstacles here are actually kind of interesting. Like this wavy up and down ledge thing. They have these like freestyle manual pads too. These have a lot of manual opportunities. The up and down ledge thing here that's tilted. You can actually do roll rides on this. And this fun box. Biggest stuff here is like the 6-stair down rail and another down rail on the other side. These are pretty tall. Yeah, it's kind of sad seeing a park with like pretty fun obstacles just left to right like this. It's in Frankston North, and most people would rather go just to Frankston like skate park, the one near the station, because it is better. Yeah, with how dead this park is, I don't think it would ever get upgraded or fixed. I put this park in D tier. Like, it's actually a solid, like, fun skate park. Like, the obstacles here are good. It's just, like, not really maintained and, you know, not the nicest kind of park. Actually, scratch that. There are new plans to upgrade the Monterey Reserve Park, which is including the skate park, which should be good. Hopefully, they'll upgrade just, like, the ground, and the size should be fine, but just, like, add new obstacles and also keep some of the unique obstacles that the park has. Yeah. That should be good. Frankston Skate Park. This is probably the best skate park on the Franks line, as it's gigantic and has everything you need at a skate park. It's been around for a while and it's pretty maintained. It's managed by like Peninsula Leisure. It used to be like managed by YMCA, but they changed ownership. They didn't really change anything though when they changed, so that's good. There's hardly any other parks that look like this kind of park. Frankston has a very unique design, because it has a bit of verticality with some areas. Like, you can skate from the high part to, like, the low part in, like, a same line, basically. You can skate this, like, 5-stair to 3-stair to 2-stair, all in the same line. And, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Same with skating this free flat 3 to a 3-stair. Yo, what? Bruh. Other stuff here that's unique is the ride areas and just all the weird ledge designs that the park has, like on hubbers and normal ledges. You might think that this park is lacking in like just flat bars, but there's actually like more than one. There's like flat bars you can grab from the shack, and you can pick and choose from like square rails to round rails, slappy rails, and even a traffic barrier. Okay, I'm not sure that it's still there or it's like still skatable, because last time I was skating it, it was falling apart, but you get the point. One thing that's also good about this park is that it's very spacious. That's very good for beginner skaters, so you can like still skate it when it's really busy. This park is just also really good for learning, because you can choose like different obstacle sizes. Like there's small ledges to like big ledges and like, you know, small rails to big rails, like 2 stairs to 3 stairs to 5 stairs, just all that kind of stuff. It's very good for learning. The transition here is also pretty good. It has like a fat kidney bowl with pull coping that I'm never skating, and there's also a chiller smaller bowl with extensions and normal coping. It is separated from the big bowl, so yeah. There's not any downsides about this park really, besides it's far from the city, but you can't have every good skate park in the city. So like, this skate park serves South East Melbourne well. I'm gonna put this park on S tier because it's really good and like really big. And also, like, you can spend the whole day here without getting bored, because that's how good it is. Okay, Balum Park. This was my childhood skate park when I was a little kid. Same with Pines a little bit. I used to live in Crandon North, that's why. I have memories of this park, like, when I was a kid. It's not really a skate park, it's more of just a weird circular pump track around a basketball court and a playground. It has some skate features, like a mani pad and a rail. You can also use the bench as a ledge if you're that bored. Yeah, the skate park is probably built more of a little place for kids to ride scooters if they got bored of the playground, more than an actual skate park. I'm gonna put this in F tier, because it's not trash, but it's just, like, not designed as a skate park, so, you know, you're not gonna have that much fun here, and you'll get bored really easy. Alright, Langwarren. My one memory of the skate park was just me eating absolute shit, like face planting on the ground, on the half pipe, when I was learning how to drop in, because, I wasn't dropping in, I was doing an axle stall, and my foot just fell, like, off the board, and I just, like, completely died, because I was committing, and my foot wasn't on the board. It was, like, one of my first extremely bad slams as a beginner skater, so I still remember it to this day. I probably should have wore a helmet, I don't know what I was thinking back then. Anyway, back to the point, this skate park seems very chill. It's like a transition mainly park. It has some street obstacles, like this hubba and this fun box. Also a ledge on the side to grind. There's also this curb up the bank, I guess. You can do some grinds on that. There's not much to say about this park. It's a nice local sort of park. I can't really see myself going there, like, if I wasn't local though, so yeah. I'm rating the C tier. It's decent. Now we're heading out to the weird skate parks around Clyde and Crandon. This is gonna be interesting. There's a lot of them, so let's, like, check them out. First, we have Brompton. I haven't been here yet. You can see it's not really a skate park, it's just a pump track. Pump tracks do get boring after a while, like, especially if you already get a ball control. Like, I guess this park is good for beginners if you're just, like, learning how to skate, just get some ball control, but after a while, it does get boring. I wish that some of the curvy ramps there could have had coping, so you could be able to grind, like, on the pump track. That would've been cool. Yeah, this park is alright. I can't be certain because I haven't been there, but I'll just put it in D tier because it's just a pump track. Ambrosia Estate. This park looks decent. I haven't been here before, but it looks alright. I wouldn't say this is a park you would go to, like, all day though, because it's kind of small. It just has the usual transition stuff, and I'll give it credit. It's the only park in, like, this whole area that has a spine transfer, so that's cool. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Okay, Botanic Ridge. This is another pump track, but it has, like, the addition of an open bowl with coping, which is kind of, like, good. Better than Brompton, so I'll just put it, like, on C tier above Brompton, yeah. Okay, Crandon West. I've not been to this park, and I'm gonna be for real, I don't know why would I go here. It's just, like, extremely weird and small. I know this park is meant to be some kind of street spot thing, judging from, like, all the ledges and stairs. It's just a lot of, like, street obstacles. There's this kinked hubba that's, like, really weird going down a free stair. It would be fine, but it's just so short, like, at the end. I honestly think for a kinked hubba, it should be a little bit longer, at least. There's also this hubba that's built, like, really small going down to two stair. This is probably the smallest hubba I've ever seen. And it starts a bit early, but I can excuse that. I like how goofy skaters get to skate this nice small hubba, while the regular skaters have to skate this thing. You can also do something on the bank if you want to on the side. There's also another ledge on the other side of the park. Yeah, I'll put this park in, like, F tier. It's just designed really weirdly from these photos. Maybe it's kind of skatable in real life, but from all these pictures, it's like they hired a designer from, like, Craigslist or something. Because I don't know, like, who would actually think these were, like, good obstacles to skate. Another Crandon West skate park we got is Quarters. I've been here once. The skate park is decent and has some unique obstacles, like this spike and this ledge connected to this bank with coping. There's also a quarter pipe on the side and a slightly tall flat bar, but it's fine. My biggest gripe about this park though is this hump to hubba thing. In my opinion, the hubba is just way too tall, and, like, it would be fine if it wasn't a hump, it was instead an A-frame, but no, we got this stupid hump, and it just ruins the angles to get onto the hubba. If you run a parallel, you have to pop way too early and high before the down part even starts on the hubba. Or you can skate on an angle, but it's weird, and you have to pop a weird 180 like angle to get onto the ledge. Also, like, the grind is significantly slower if you go like angle compared to parallel. Overall, this hover is stupid, and it should have been an A-frame with like a bigger bank that gives you pop, like to hit this hover. Something like Fitzroy's A-frame would be good. Other than that, this park is alright, and the other obstacles are still decent, so I'll put it in D tier. Okay, Crandon Skatepark. This is the only park around this whole area that has some kind of central location to it. You know, it's next to the shopping center and kind of close to the station. Not really, but at least it is better than a 30-minute bus ride. So yeah, it is kind of in a good location. The biggest problem though, like, isn't location. It's just like the park itself. It is terrible. It's just like these metal ledges that are like copy and pasted, and it kind of sucks. It's like they just made it in like a skate-free object dropper thing and like called it a day. I have a conspiracy that, like, you know, City of Casey or like whoever is like the council, they can't be bothered making a good skate park around Crandon just because you already have the Shed Skate Park. You know, the Shed Skate Park is good. I'll talk about it later, but it's an indoor skate park, which kind of sucks. You have to pay money to get in, and like, you know, it would be kind of better if there was like at least a good public skate park around the area that, you know, you could actually skate for free. But I guess we're stuck with the Shed for now. Anyway, this park is just a terrible F tier. There's not much to talk about it, really. It's just like, you can see it. It's just like, yo, how do you even skate this like without getting bored in like 30 minutes at most? Like, yeah. Alright, now we're going to Rinda Park. Yeah, this park isn't the prettiest of the bunch. I think this park definitely needs a upgrade. I don't know how Narrow got an upgrade before this. Like, you know, this park just looks dead as fuck. This park is extremely like prehistoric. It has like a lot of prefab metal ramps, and just have this one concrete half pipe, but that's the only thing that's like, you know, not prefab here. Everything else is just like prefab ramps and like this rail. This rail looks alright, but you know, it is extremely rusty. Yeah, this park is just going straight to F tier. Like, even if I was local, I would like still not come here. I'd rather commute and take the bus or train to like another skate park, like, you know, Berwick or I don't know, the Shed or Noble Park, than ever come to this park. Because this park is just like, just miserable. I don't know. Yeah, okay, now we're going to Crandon North Skate Park on Wheelers Park Drive. Yeah, this park is pretty tiny. It has just this ledge and 2 ramps. These 2 ramps don't have like anything on top of them. They're just like ramps. I don't know how to explain. They also have this island pad thing, which you just skate as a mani pad or not a ledge. Yeah, you know, council didn't really care that much about this park because, like, when I came here, like, I was skating it and, like, bro, it's just, there's so much, like, tan bark and just, like, debris all over the place because it's surrounded by, like, a tree and, like, a tan bark garden. You already know this is bad, so, like, yeah. On a windy day, do not come here. Honestly, like, unless you, like, live right next to this park, like, maybe, like, you're a doorstep away, I don't see any point of coming here, bro. Like, I feel like the skate spots are better than this park, I'm gonna be for real. Like, this park is just kind of, like, why would you even come here? This park's on F tier. Alright, next is Paragon Skate Park in Clyde North. It's kind of a park in the area that is alright. It's better than all the other parks around here, for sure. It has, like, this mani pad, a ledge. It has these volcano things. 2 curved ramp kind of things. They don't have any coping, but I guess they're alright. Where everything at this park is alright, it's just kind of like mid, because it's not like anything special here, really. Like, it's a good local park, but it's not that much things to do. Like, you'll get bored in like after 30 minutes, I'd say. You probably do like a couple ledge tricks on this like mani pad and other ledges, and then after that, for me, I'll probably get bored of it. You can also do some bank tricks, I guess. Yeah, I'll put it in D tier. Yeah, it's not the worst park. Like, it's not F tier worthy, because it is actually some skatable obstacles, but like, you know, it's just very, like, boring. Okay, 1 kilometer away from Paragon is Banana Street Skate Park. Yeah, while Paragon is like an alright park, like, you know, it's just mid and it's kind of boring. Banana Street Skate Park, on the other hand, it's just terrible. I went here because it looks alright, like, you can skate the ledges, but I don't know how this park somehow makes ledge skating miserable, because, like, the ledges are, like, slightly tall. If you like skating tall ledges, that's for you, but for me, like, these ledges are kind of just a bit tall. Also, the ground is, like, really, tilted kind of weirdly in some areas. Yeah, there's also, like, no proper banks here. They're all, like, really steep. And, honestly, whoever built this park had, like, no idea how to build a skate park, because, like, you could probably make a alrightish small park for this size, but they just decided just to, like, dump a bunch of random stuff here and call it a day. Like, just looking at some of the obstacles here, like this ledge on the side, I'm not sure, like, what was this thing supposed to be? Because, number one, it's too tall from, like, one side, and if you want to skate it from the other side, where it's a bit, like, lower, and you can, like, try to skate up it, it's just, like, you can't, because there's tan bark, and it's just, like, the run-up is blocked, because there's not enough space. So, honestly, I feel like some of the obstacles here were just, like, made as a glorified bench, to be honest, instead of, like, an actual ledge, or, like, skate obstacle. Alright, one last thing. If you do actually decide to come to this park, do make sure you bring, like, a lot of wax, because all the ledges are going to be sticky, because, like, no one has ever skated this park, probably besides me, because, like, why would you come here? Anyway, yeah, just bring, like, a bunch of wax, and you should be fine to skate these ledges. That's pretty much it for this, like, park. I'm definitely put it in an F tier, like, there's no other place. Honestly, I could put it in the tier, like, below F tier, but, like, for the sake of this, like, video, I'll put it in F tier. Alright, Minter Estate. We're now actually visiting a park that is pretty good. It has this A-frame that's a bit similar to Fitzroy. It has some quarter pipes, a bank, and a ledge, and finally a flat bar. They also have a slappy curb for all the old slappy skaters out there. This park has a strip of concrete black bricks that are iconic to Melbourne city streets. So why they added them, I got no idea, but it is cool otherwise. Yeah, this park is a good example of a good fun skate park around this area. And I feel like most other parks should be designed like this. You know, design this fun and, like, you know, this flowy and nice. I'll put this in B tier because, like, this is a solid park. Okay, Youth Park. This is another weird park. It does have the benefit of being at least near a nice little shopping center with just a Woolies, and you can get some drinks, I guess. There's not much there to do at the shopping center, but it does have that benefit. Alright, well, there's not much here to do. At least the obstacles here are designed and built good. And, like, you know, they're not, like, designed terribly. They have these kicker ledges that are cool. And they have these, like, board slide curbs. And an ollie up curb. A PS7 manual pad type ledge. That's pretty much it for the street obstacles. There is this, like, bank and hip, which you could say is transition, but these are, like, extremely steep. I don't know how you even skate this. Like, they're kind of tall and steep, and, like, I don't know, it feels like you're doing a roll ride instead of actual, like, skating a ramp, so I guess they're fun, but that's pretty much it. This park is extremely small, but I'll just say I'll put it in D tier, because it's not terrible, it's just, like, really tiny. Just like Paragon, I guess. Alright, this is Crandon East Skate Park, located on McFarlane Way. I haven't said anything about this park, but I'm putting it on instant F tier. If you ask ChatGPT to make a skate park, this is probably what it would come up with. The skate park is just really bad. It has this Eurogap thing that Skating Raps calls it, with a ledge on top of it. This ledge, I mean, it would have been good if they actually built it right, but no, it's just like a glorified wall now, because there's no, like, metal coping on top of it. So it's like you can't even skate it unless you bring, like, wax and make it skatable yourself. The other ledges here are, like, just these benches on the side. They don't count as ledges. I don't think anyone's skating this. And the only obstacle here that is kind of skatable is this rail, like this flat bar thing. But it's, like, so tall. I don't know, like, unless you're 6'10", I don't think you can actually skate this, like, for a chill session, you know. I think they should probably just never make the skate park. It's just, like, just a waste of money. I don't know, why would you even, like, build this if it's just gonna be so ass? Like, why would you even build a skate park? What's the point? Just, like, you could have saved money and made, like, a better park, but they decided to build this. I wonder why all the new parks in like these areas are just so small and weirdly designed. I wish that they could just build like a couple medium to big size skate parks, but instead just build a bunch of quantity over quality parks all around the area. Probably just because they have to fill out some quota, like every new estate has to build a new skate park, you know. Alright, that's it for this one. You already know it's F tier, so yeah. Next we have Elson District Skatepark. This park, well, it is small, just like most of the parks around Crandon and Clyde. The obstacles here are actually decent and well made. They have ledges, flat bars, this ramp thing, and a quarter pipe. Yeah, honestly, this would be a really good local. Like, I mean, you wouldn't really come here if you weren't local, but, you know, if you're a local, this park is worth checking out, and, like, it has a bunch of nice, like, chill obstacles, too. I'll put it in C tier. Clyde Skate Park on Rowley Ave. This skate park isn't really that big. It's extremely small and probably just meant for beginners. It is good for beginners because like it has a bunch of small ramps to like roll around on and just carve on, which is good for like, you know, just learning how to roll and just like skate as a beginner. There's also these two like flat bars that change slightly in height. They're in like the same line, which is kind of like weird, but like I guess it's good for learning tricks. There is a slappy curb there, but you're gonna have to bring a lot of wax because I don't think anyone's actually skated this. Honestly, I wish this park could have at least added one ledge. You could say you could skate the benches as ledges on the side, but like, you know, it would have been enough space to add like at least a mani pad and a ledge. Like, this would be the ultimate beginner park if you could like at least add these two obstacles. Then you'd be basically complete. Like, you have everything you need at a beginner skate park, really. Yeah, this park is good for beginners, but there's not much here for an intermediate skater though, so I'll put it in D tier. Now we got the big one, the Shed. On the website, it says it's Australia's biggest indoor skate park, rivaling against the park at Geelong. This park was also really good, and it was also pretty big, but it got closed down because of landlords. Yeah. The thing with most indoor parks, usually if it has a good street section, it's lacking in having a bowl and a vert ramp. And vice versa, if it's like a transition park, it has no street obstacles. This park is an exception, of course, because it has everything you need at an indoor park. It has a big street section, a little street section, a bowl, these big ramps. This section is a ghost town because they got rid of the airbags, sadly. They also got these big ramps plus a resi, and also another street section, which is mainly just ledges. The lucky last is a vert ramp. Yeah, the Shed has a lot for an indoor park. It's easy to take it for granted living in Melbourne, until you realize other indoor parks don't have as much stuff as the Shed. So that's the good stuff. What's the negative? First of all, the ground here is extremely slippery, mainly because it's just wood. So expect to be just like slipping around. My tip is that I use like some really soft wheels that are like grippy. I didn't have street wheels. I got these wheels from Kmart and they're actually really good because they're like extremely soft. So I was actually gripping decently well. If you like skate normal like street wheels, like some hard wheels, you're definitely gonna slip around and like fall because it's like a water park basically. So yeah, that's a good tip. Another thing is that this park does get extremely busy if you come here on a rainy day. Of course it would, because like everyone that like skates, scoots, or BMXs will just come here because there's nowhere else to do it. Yeah, so just be prepared. One last thing is that this park does feel very compact, I guess, or like very squishy, just because they managed to fit everything inside of this warehouse basically. Also, maybe it's just me, but I just get really sweaty skating here. This park is extremely hot. It feels like a microwave. Even in the winter, you're sweating. It's just not a nice park when it comes to temperature. That's just one issue, but you can deal with it, I guess. Alright, one last thing is that this park is kind of far from city. It's in Crandon, of course. If you live on this side of Melbourne, it is fine, but it is kind of a mission to get here if you live anywhere else. Alright, that's it for this park. I will say the session pricing is decently fair for what you're getting, and this park does have a lot to offer, and it's also rainproof. I'll have to put this park on A tier for sure. I would put this park on S tier, but it is still a paid park, and if you're on a tight budget, you can't afford to go to this park that much. You're better off visiting a normal public park instead. The Shed is more of a park you visit once in a while on a rainy day than a park you would go to every day. So yeah. Next, we have Officer Skatepark. I haven't been here, so I can't say for certain, but this park does look interesting. It has these rolling ramps, and what's most interesting are these big letter kicker ramps. One is an A and one is a D. But besides from that, this park looks pretty average. It has these long ledges and a lot of open space. I put it in C tier. Alright, lucky last. The final park on this list, the grand finale, Packingham Skate Park. This park is one of the furthest out skate parks, being further away than Frankston from the city, in my opinion. This park looks alright. It has quarters, ramps, extensions, spine transfers, and a hip. It has a ledge, a square flat bar, an up ledge thing. It's a pretty good chill park that's shaped like an L. It's not the biggest thing, but it serves the area well, I guess. Like the last rating, I'll put it in C tier. Okay, that was mainly everything I covered in Southeast. Basically all the skate parks I could think of. Yeah, it's a very long video. I appreciate it if you guys actually came to this point, because I feel like most people probably would have got bored after like 10 minutes. But I am grateful for all the people that still stayed around. This video wasn't like supposed to be entertaining or anything. It was just like kind of informational, like my thoughts, but also just like every single skate park in Southeast Melbourne. It's a lot, but hopefully you guys can use this information and like figure out what park you want to go to next. Like go to the S tier parks, or if you want to just like fuck around, go to like one of the shitty parks just to like try it out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for like a lot of views on my last pran video. I'm very helpful. Not very helpful. I'm very grateful for it. Hopefully this video would get the same amount of views. It is pretty long, but just hopefully. It took me a while because I had like a lot of work to do. Like, you know, I got a job. I got like studies and stuff. So, you know, it took me ages to like edit this video. But, you know, a like and subscribe would be very grateful. So yeah. Anyway, if I missed any skate parks, then feel free to like call them out. And if you have any other opinions on like skate parks, then just also comment down below. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.